All right, guys. So I took some time, made a little cardboard template of my kick panel, and then I transferred that onto some fiberglass, and I just laid down wax paper, made my resin, cut my mat, all that stuff. And this is really thin right now. I mean, you can see that's thinner than the cardboard is. It's about the same weight, maybe a little bit heavier than the cardboard at this point. This is the base that we're going to build off of. So it actually will go in the truck. This is for the passenger side. So it'll go in laid like this. It's got texture in it from the wax paper not being perfectly flat. We're not even going to worry about any of that because I've got the speaker mounting parts coming, and I'll figure out how deep the speakers are, how far I need to set them off of this, and I'll build that up on top of this panel right here and just use fiberglass. I know I've watched a lot of videos of guys using MDF to build everything, and that works great, but it's a little bit thicker and a little bit heavier, and you don't have a whole lot of room in a truck, so it takes up more room. This way, we're going to keep this panel as thin as possible. And, everybody's like, oh, fiberglass, that stuff is so itchy. Well, if you work smart around it, it's not so bad. I actually, instead of cutting with a cutoff wheel or anything, I use some snips and cut this all out. So, hey, this is the beginning, and we're going to keep adding to this. I've got to build one for the left side still yet. I'll get both these built, and then we'll start mounting those rings in it and everything to put the speakers in. So I'll do a video of me actually laying the fiberglass. It's kind of a interesting process, really, really simple. All you got to do is read some directions and lay it out the way it says. Use your imagination, and you can make these pretty easily. Hey guys, so I wanted to bring you in here and show you kind of where I'm at on these speaker kick panels that I've been working on. I unfortunately kind of left you out of a little piece of it. I built the actual pod that the speaker sits in. I took rings that I had purchased and just kind of made this abstract shape, angled them so they're kind of pointed at you. These are 5.25 inch speakers. You know, you can buy these for 6.5s, but like, I don't know. I guess you would have to move the speaker down and take up more of the foot room there. I'm glad that I didn't buy the kick panels pre-made, because the one on the driver's side, it like interferes with everything. You got the dimmer switch in the floor and the emergency brake pedal that you've got to be able to hit. So I had to actually move the speaker into slightly a different spot on the driver's side. This is a passenger side piece. I did want to show it to you. I mean, I've fiberglassed all this stuff together, and I'm just in the process now of going back with body filler, kind of smoothing this out. It is still flexible, but it's reasonably strong too. I mean, I can pick that whole thing up. I'm going to end up sanding it and then wiping it with filler probably just to get it kind of smooth, and probably end up with some primer on there. I don't know that I'll get them upholstered. I'm going to get them mounted in the truck and get my stereo functioning before I finish everything out. It won't be very hard to unbolt them and take the speakers out and then do the finish work that I want. I know I've seen some of these that they really taper this in more so than what I have here, but I'm good with what I've got going. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to go ahead and work on these some behind the scenes. Kind of bringing you back in. I've got these things both the body work done. They're not perfect, but hey, they're definitely nice, especially for something that I basically have about 3.5 hours complete in these things. So we're gonna mix up just a little bit of some primer and spray on here, because body filler is super absorbent. If we touch it with oily hands or anything like that, it's going to soak in it. And I don't know, I would like to think that I could carpet these or upholster them or do something to make them match the blue inside of the truck rather than just paint them. They are going to be down where your feet are and all. So at any rate, we're going to mix up some building primer and spray on these dudes. Here we have it after the primer. This is the area you'll be able to see on it. So hey, I think it looks nice. All right, so here I've got the right side ready to put in. I have my my little boom mat cup to put inside there, help keep everything nice and clean inside the back of the speaker area. Then I have my Kenwood speakers there. These things are infinite adjustable, I suppose. I did notice as I was putting this in, if you index everything off of the little tweeter there, then your grills will come out in the same, I don't know, same plane, nice and straight. I set the speaker in and I cut this out to make it fit. Don't forget, kids, pre-drill the holes. That's like a 16th inch drill bit, just enough so the screws will start good, because those rings, I didn't have them lined up where the Kenwood would show up straight up and down. So we got this much done. We'll go over and stick one in the truck. All right, so there she is mounted in. It's like super solid. Speakers there. You still got plenty of foot room. Got my wires run. Everything's going up into the radio. We're doing great. All right, so last little clip, you saw me trace this cardboard template that I made from inside of the truck onto this piece of metal. I've since taken the piece of metal to the brake, bent it up, trimmed. This is so the seat belt doesn't get up against anything sharp. Got a mounting point down in the bottom corner here for mounting to the cab floor. This edge, I'm gonna double face tape it to the edge where the weather strip sticks on, and the weather strip will slide over this. It's gonna be pretty cool the way that fits. I built this little bracket to fasten the top to the cab corner, so everything will bolt right up and be nice and pretty. Magnet sticking. I have my stencil made for my speaker cutout, so it's like pretty close. You take and lay that up against the edge, and I left enough room that the grill will fit in there, and we should be in good shape. I've just got to roll out the plasma cutter and cut this little hole out, weld this bracket on, one side down. So I want to show you guys on this side what the installation looks like. Pretty smooth. It's not going to rattle too bad, I don't think. I put boom mat or kill mat on the back side of this. I also double face taped this flange to the actual cab rather than drilling any holes or doing anything there. The only thing that I wasn't super happy about was this flange right here. I overbent the angle a little bit, but it's not hurting anything. There's lots of room behind this cab. I'm going to end up probably gluing my carpet down later. I've still got to get carpet for the back of this area. Maybe I can tuck it behind here. Hey, but it looks good. So that got those speakers installed, and we got our front speakers installed. So the last thing is to hook up, I think, like 3 wires to this radio and plug an antenna in, and we'll be able to make some noise. That's awesome. All right, so that is going to be the end of this video, guys. I appreciate so much you guys watching my videos. If you find the content interesting, consider subscribing, hit the thumbs up, share the video with other people, and as always, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Thank you.